Hi everybody, Shamash here. And sorry, I'm on my mobile today because my laptop's not quite working. But I wanted to share with you the story of how I discovered the importance of the power of habits, actually. I only discovered it properly about 2 years ago. And I think it was in the winter and in the middle of the winter. And obviously, I've been studying a lot of stuff on mindfulness and gratitude and positive psychology, all the good stuff. And I knew about the benefits of all that. But I'd found myself in a place in the middle of a winter and not doing the practices as much as I would like, and having low energy and not waking up fresh and not doing my normal kind of activities and routines. And I came across a video by a guy that I really like following, actually. I followed him quite a lot now. The guy's called BJ Fogg, and he's a Stanford researcher, and he was someone who's like a top expert in habit formation. And he shared an amazing thing. He said that if you get a group of people and you just tell them loads of facts about the importance of doing exercise, for example, you tell them this is the health benefits, that are the health benefits, and you don't do it with the other group, the ones that you tell them actually don't even stick to the habit. So just knowing that there's loads of benefits for something actually can make it worse. Sometimes they do less exercise. So I thought, wow, that's really crazy. Just because all the time people are saying the benefits of this and benefits of that. So I'm like, okay, so if that doesn't help people to stick to habits and form habits, then what actually does help? And so I started following him and researching him. And he just kept emphasizing, he'd done research for ages and he kept going on about the importance of tiny habits. And he said the main problem is that people try to do too much. They try to, like we've got this meditation challenge, it's a 30-day challenge for 30 minutes a day. But I always say just have to do a minimum of 1 minute a day, and that's fine. And that's the kind of thing that he would recommend, because if you try to do things that are too challenging, on the good days it works, especially at the beginning when your motivation is high. But he always kept teaching your motivation goes up and down, up and down. And so on the days when your motivation's down, no matter what you do, it's not going to immediately go up again. So you need to have strategies to be able to handle those days. And so having being able to drop back to a tiny habit like a 1 minute a day or one breath a day, that can make all the difference. So I thought, wow, that's really interesting. And I was doing more work for the Museum of Happiness, one of my projects at the time. And I thought, okay, rather than teaching about this is happy, do this for happiness, do that for happiness, which wasn't really working for people as well. I thought, why don't we explore the habits of happiness and research the science of habits and teach people that? And I remember giving a talk actually at the Museum of Happiness, and even a few weeks later, people were coming back and they're thanking me like, "Oh yes, I managed to do my exercise. I just started by doing one press up a day, and I managed to build it up." And I get loads and loads of other reports. Let me share with you another story about the power of doing tiny steps as habits. This is amazing research. It's blew my mind, and they've repeated this research over the world. So listen to this. They get two groups of people. One group of people, they tell them the importance of exercise. They give them free gym membership. They give them all the clothes that they need for the gym, the new trainers and everything. They say, this is the free membership. You got all the clothes, you know, go off to the gym as often as you can and get fit and healthy. The other group, they just do something very simple. They just say, okay, you're working in this office. I want you to walk up every day. I want you to walk up just one flight of stairs, and every day that passes, just take an extra step, one step extra per day. That's it. No need to go to the gym, no need to get all the gym clothes, no need to have gym membership. Just do one extra step per day. And you can probably guess which one was the winner. A few months later, the people with the free gym membership and all that, they didn't really go very often to the gym. But the ones that were just doing the extra step on the staircase every day, they had things like lower blood pressure, they were exercising more and all that other stuff. So the thing is that the way we need to manage our habits is counterintuitive to what you think. You'd think you get a group of people, you give them all this, you give them the motivation, you tell them something's really good for them, you give them the gym membership, you'd think that would work. But no, what actually works is doing really, really small actions, really tiny habits. So in the middle of that winter, when I wanted to restart my habit of meditation and all that other stuff, I thought, let me just do one breath per day. So every day I wake up, I'm just going to do one mindful breath. And I can do more if I want, but I don't have to. And then since that day onwards, I've been able to stick to it pretty much every day because I can do one breath every day. It's not difficult. I just need to remember it. And then he also taught about how to remember it. And a simple way of doing that is called habit stacking. So you link it to an existing habit. So for me, it was easy. Like I wake up in the morning, and so that is the previous action, and the next action is to take a mindful breath. But it can be for anything. So like after you brush your teeth, you could do, I don't know, whatever your habit is. Let's say if you want to get into push-ups, like after you brush your teeth and you go back into your room, you do one push-up, and then you do two push-ups, and three, you'd build it up from there. Um, and so, yeah, so I've applied these principles to the challenge that we're doing at the moment, the 30-day mindfulness challenge, because of another thing that makes a habit stick is when you're doing things with other people. So, if you're doing something on your own, like let's say doing exercise or something, okay, that's one thing. But if you make a commitment that you're going to meet up with someone else at a certain time and day and do the action, makes the habit a lot more likely, doesn't it? And so it's the same with mindfulness. If you could show up together live with other people, much more likely to do it than when you're on your own. So yes, I've been applying that, and then applying the tiny habits principle in the challenge as well. And also the other thing is doing it at the same time every day. If you vary things too much, the habit doesn't get cultivated. And then the final trick about habits, which he taught, is the importance of it being a pleasant experience. If it's an unpleasant experience, it takes a lot longer to form habits. There's a huge myth that it takes 21 days to create a habit. But for example, if you're eating chocolate every day, is it going to take you 21 days of eating chocolate before it becomes a habit? No. Why? Because it's a very pleasant experience. So the habit forms within a day or 2 days or 3 days. Whereas, doing exercise or something, even after 21 days, you could stop going on the next day and the habit would be gone away. So the 21 days thing is a myth. What is true is that if you can make it a pleasant experience, it's much more likely to be a habit. So the way we design the challenge is it's a pleasant experience. It's with other people. It's a tiny habit. You start. It's the same time every day. It's with there's that social proof element. So I think the number of people we had at the start of the July challenge was stayed almost exactly the same throughout. Everyone managed to kind of keep turning up, which is amazing for a 30-day challenge. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to share with you, the story of the power of habits, the story of practicing together, and the story of taking very small actions on a regular basis. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what habits you've cultivated, or what you'd like to cultivate, or what tiny actions you're going to take to cultivate a new habit. I think it's really important to keep working on cultivating a new habit in our lives. Otherwise, it goes the other direction. All right, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. I'll try to do live every day at 8:30. Bye for now.